नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am Dr. Bharat Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Pathology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today's topic is infective endocarditis. Definition: infective or bacterial endocarditis is serious infection of the valvular and mural endocardium caused by different form of microorganism and is characterized by typical infected and friable vegetations. Depending upon the severity of infection, bacterial endocarditis is subdivided into two clinical forms. First is acute bacterial endocarditis is fulminant and destructive. Acute infection of the endocardium by highly virulent bacteria in a previously normal heart and almost invariably runs a rapidly fatal course in a period of 2 to 6 weeks. Second is subacute bacterial endocarditis is caused by less virulent bacteria in a previously diseased heart and has a gradual downhill course in a period of 6 weeks to a few months and sometimes years. Incidences: introduction of antibiotic drugs has helped greatly in lowering the incidence of bacterial endocarditis as compared with its incidence in the pre-antibiotic era. Though bacterial endocarditis may occur at any age, most causes of acute bacterial endocarditis as well as subacute bacterial endocarditis occurs over 50 years of age. Males are affected more often than females. Etiology: all cases of bacterial endocarditis are caused by infection with microorganism in a patient having certain predisposing factors. First is infective agents. About 90% of cases of bacterial endocarditis are caused by streptococci and staphylococci. In acute bacterial endocarditis, the most common causative agent organism are virulent strains of staphylococci, chiefly Staphylococcus aureus. Others are pneumococci, gonococci, beta streptococci, and enterococci. In subacute bacterial endocarditis, the commonest causative organism are the streptococci with low virulence, predominantly Streptococcus viridans, which forms parts of the normal flora of the mouth and pharynx. Other less common etiological agents includes other strains of Streptococci and Staphylococci. Predisposing factors. There are three main types of factors which predispose to the development of both forms of bacterial endocarditis: bacteremia, septicemia, and pyemia. Bacterial gain entry to the bloodstream, causing transient and clinical silent bacteremia in a variety of day-to-day procedure as well as form other sources of infection. Some of the common examples are periodontal infection, infection of the genitourinary tract, infection of the gastrointestinal and biliary tract, surgery of the bowel, biliary tract, and genitourinary tract, skin infections, upper and lower respiratory tract infections, intravenous drug abuse, or cardiac catheterization and cardiac surgery. Underlying heart disease. Subacute bacterial endocarditis occur more frequently in previously diseased heart valves, whereas the acute bacterial endocarditis is common in previously normal heart. Amongst the commonly associated underlying heart disease are the following: chronic rheumatic valvular disease in about 50% cases and congenital heart diseases in about 20% cases. Other causes are syphilitic aortic valve disease, atherosclerotic valvular disease, floppy mitral valve, and prosthetic heart valves. Third is impaired host defense. All conditions in which there is depression of specific immunity, deficiency of complement, and defective phagocytic function predispose to bacterial endocarditis. Now, morphological features. The characteristic pathologic features in both acute bacterial endocarditis and subacute bacterial endocarditis is the presence of typical vegetation or verrucae on the valve cups or leaflets. A summary of the distinguished feature of vegetation of bacterial endocarditis and rheumatic heart disease is given there. Features: valve commonly affected in rheumatic fever, mitral valve alone and associated with aortic, while in bacterial endocarditis, mitral aortic combined with mitral and aortic. Location on valve cups or leaflets occurs along in the line of closure atrial surface of the atrioventricular valves and ventricular surface of the semilunar valve, while subacute bacterial endocarditis is more often to the diseased valve, ABE on previously normal valve location, same as its rheumatic heart fever. Macroscopic or small multiple warty gray-brown translucent firmly assays generally produce permanent valvular deformity. In bacterial infective endocarditis, often large gray tawny to greenish irregular single or multiple typical fibril. And there is microscopic appearance composed of fibrin with superimposed platelets, thrombin and has no bacteria, and composed of other eosinophilic zone of fibrin and platelets covering colonies of bacteria and deeper zone of non-specific acute and chronic inflammatory cells. Gross appearance: the lesions are found commonly on the valves of the left heart, frequently on the mitral, followed by descending frequency by aortic. Simultaneous involvement of the both mitral and aortic valve. The vegetation in subacute bacterial endocarditis are more often seen on previously diseased valve, whereas the in vegetation of anterior acute bacterial endocarditis are more often found on previously normal valves. Like in rheumatic heart disease, the vegetation are often located on the atrial surface of the atrioventricular valve and ventricular surface of the semilunar valves. And the vegetation of bacterial endocarditis varies in the size from a few millimeters to the several centimeters. Gray tawny to greenish, irregular, single or multiple, and typically friable. They may appear flat, filiform, fungating, or polypoid. Microscopic appearance examination shows the vegetation of bacterial endocarditis consists of three zones. The outer layer or cap consists of eosinophilic material composed of fibrin or platelets. Underneath this layer is a basophilic zone containing colonies of bacteria, and under the deeper zone consists of non-specific inflammatory reaction in the cup itself. Complication and sequelae. Most cases of bacterial endocarditis presents with fever. The acute form of bacterial endocarditis is characterized by high-grade fever, chills, weakness, and malaise, while the subacute form of the disease has non-specific manifestations like slight fever, fatigue, loss of weight, and flu-like symptoms. In the early stages, the lesions are confined to the heart. Complication and sequelae of the bacterial endocarditis are divided into cardiac and extracardiac lesions. First is cardiac complication. These include the following: valvular stenosis or insufficiency, perforation, rupture and aneurysm of valve leaflet, absence of abscess in the valve ring, myocardial abscess, suppurative pericarditis, and cardiac failure from one or more of the foregoing complications. Now, extracardiac complication. Since the vegetation in bacterial endocarditis are typically friable, they tend to get dislodged due to rapid stream of blood and give rise to embolism, which is responsible for very common and serious extracardiac complication. These are follow: emboli originating from left side of the heart and entering the systemic circulation affect organs like the spleen, kidney, brain, causing infarct, abscess, and mycotic aneurysm. While emboli arising from right side of the heart enters the pulmonary circulation and produces pulmonary abscesses. Petechiae may be seen in the skin conjunctiva due to either emboli or toxic damage to the capillary. In subacute bacterial endocarditis, there is painful tender nodule on the fingertips of the hands and feet called ossular nodes, while in acute bacterial endocarditis, there is appearance of painless, non-tender subacute maculopapillar lesions on the pulp of the finger called Janneve's spots. Focal necrotizing glomerulonephritis is seen more commonly in subacute bacterial endocarditis than acute bacterial endocarditis. A specific type of infective endocarditis based on the etiological agent following a specific types of infective endocarditis are described. Tuberculous endocarditis. Though tubercle bacilli are bacteria, tuberculous endocarditis is described separate from the bacterial endocarditis due to specific granulomatous inflammation found in tuberculosis. It is characterized by presence of typical tubercle on the valvular as well as mural endocardium and may form tuberculous thromboemboli. Second is syphilitic endocarditis. The endocardial lesion in the syphilis are seen. The severest manifestation of cardiovascular syphilis is aortic valvular incompetence. Third is fungal endocarditis. Rarely endocardium may be infected, such as from Candida albicans, Histoplasma capsulatum, Aspergillus mucor, coccidiomycosis, cryptococcosis, blastomycosis, and actinomycosis. Opportunistic fungal infection like candidiasis and aspergillosis are seen more commonly in patients receiving long-term antibiotic therapy, intravenous drug abuser, and after prosthetic valve replacement. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you all enjoyed this session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. Thank you.